A lot of people are going to say, how does a 26-year-old afford a home like this? How can she maintain it? How can she also maintain, the lifestyle of hers, these 2 children now, or siblings that she has to care for?
I say, I have like a hustler's mentality. It's how I am. I got it from both my parents. I don't think I'm too good to get out here and work. I don't think I'm like better than anyone else to have to do what the normal everyday person has to do. And so for me, I've got my podcast that's going. Our show, we're in negotiations with a network now to start back filming. I have my real estate business going and just product lines and things of that nature. So I'm always out doing. I have no other choice.
Yeah.
I have 2 kids to take care of. I have myself I have to take care of. And I've tried to put myself in a position to where the kids' lives don't change. My life may change, but theirs hasn't. So if I have to go without for them to have, I will. If I have to, and I feel like that's just like a parent's mentality. You do for your kids as best as you can. And luckily my podcast, Unlocked with Savannah, has been such a hit. I like to say God provides just when he knows you need it. And that came about when the show got canceled, when mom and dad left. And it's been a place for me to be open, honest, and vulnerable, and be in a place that I was never allowed to be at one point.
When it comes to truths and honesty, how honest have you been with Grayson and Chloe when it comes to their parents?
Oh, they know all. They know all of it. My parents were never like, all right, we're going to hide all this from them. They know it. Unfortunately, they see it online. So our viewpoint is we would rather them hear it from us before they see it. Because as we know, not everything is the truth that is written. There's a little bit of truth, and then it's spun into this whole story that will sell. So they've always gotten the truth from us firsthand.
Good.
Yeah. And unfortunately, they've grown up really fast because of it. But what kid doesn't need therapy? What adult doesn't need therapy? It's life. You go through things. And for me, it's just about how you deal with it.
Are they going to therapy?
Oh, yeah. They're in therapy every week. And it's just been a saving grace for, but it's also hard for me because I'm going. And at the end of the night, I kind of hit a wall. I like to say every few months I hit a wall and I just break because I'm okay, I'm exhausted. Mentally, emotionally, it's tough because I'm having to play mom, dad, sister, and it's hard to differentiate between all of them.
Grayson's 17,
Yeah.
Chloe is...
She'll be 11 tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, how are we all celebrating our birthday?
Well, she wanted to have a party on Halloween, so we had a birthday Halloween party. Then in the morning, we're gonna get up and go to her favorite breakfast restaurant before school. I'm taking cupcakes and stuff to school.
Make
for
sure
her
the
class.
alarm is set.
Yeah, I know. Oh, trust me, I know. I probably won't sleep tonight. Then I'll take stuff to her school for them to celebrate, and yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Very, very cool for her. What is the hardest part about having to stay strong for them if they see something on the internet, if Chloe hears something at school, if Grayson hears something on the ball team?
Yeah, I think the hardest part, which I had to kind of have a discussion with her teachers at school because she got in trouble at school for talking. She's such a good child, but she's now found this personality now that she's in an atmosphere that is welcoming and loving and accepting. She's found this whole new personality where she just wants to talk to everyone. She's the class clown.
I wonder where she gets it from.
I know, right?
I mean, she's got a family of talkers.
Yeah, and so, she gets in trouble, and one of the teachers was like, hey, if you keep it up, I'm gonna have to email your parents. And Chloe comes home and she goes, I thought to myself, you go ahead and do that. Good luck getting a response. But it put me in a position where I was like, hold on. So at first, Chloe took the humor of it and tried to make a joke out of it. But then in reality, when the dust settled, it hurt because she realized, guess what? I don't have my parents. But it put me in a position to be able to sit down with all of her teachers and say, hey, maybe, it's 2023, almost 2024. You don't have the everyday family, mom and dad, that's sitting at home. Sometimes you may just have mom, sometimes you may just have dad, sometimes you may have 2 dads, sometimes you may have 2 moms. It's what the world that we're living in right now. I was like, so maybe we could be a little bit more mindful about how we say things, you know, like maybe you're a caregiver or and not put such an emphasis on like mom and dad, because I feel like it causes kids to feel left out.
What do you do when you're together? I mean, you're visiting your parents in prison. Are you playing games? Do you feel like you can laugh? I mean, it's such a controlled environment.
It is. You know, we hear stories about other people that are there and people that dads become close with. And so you get to kind of hear things that you hear other people's stories and you're like, whoa, like that's tough. But then we also just catch up on life. Like so much, you really don't realize how much happens in a week until you have only one time to see someone. Then you're like, oh my God, like I have to tell you about this.
Well, I'm sure you've been telling them about Robert because y'all finally made it Instagram official this week.
Yes.
So what did Todd and Julie think about this Robert here?
Oh gosh, well, it's funny. When Dad first found out about it, he was like, Savannah, everyone here has been talking about it.
Really?
Like,
you were the talk around the federal pen.
Yeah, literally, yeah, because Dad was like, it was all over the news, like about Robert and his life. And so then when they found out we were dating, they were like, oh my God, Todd, this, that, the other. But both Mom and Dad, they're just like, I'm so happy for you. Like and that's the biggest part, is they've had to remind me, like, you have to have a life for yourself too. You have to take some time and recharge and just do something for yourself without the kids.
Did he know about, Chrisley Knows Best and you being in reality TV?
Oh yeah, he did.
He did? Was he a fan?
No, he wasn't. But not that he wasn't not a fan, but yeah, definitely people in his life like knew about the show, watched the show.
I mean, you had to be living under a rock not to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, and he knew of our situation because he responded and was like, "I thank you so much. That means the world. Like your family's in my prayers too." So he was aware.
We wish you both the best on this journey together, and of course with all the kids involved and everything.
Oh yeah.
But we could be seeing all of that play out very soon because you are working on a new reality show and it's going to include the kids, the family. Will it include Todd and Julie, your parents? Will there be old footage, home videos, video that you shot maybe before they went to prison?
Yes, it will show Chloe and Grayson. I mean, it'll definitely touch on my relationship. So if Robert wants to be a part of the show, great. If he doesn't want to, great. Like I'd love him to death.
Yeah,
like,
haven't had this conversation yet if you're already cooking up a new show, Savannah?
Well, I think it's just like I love him to death, but like I don't need him to be a part of it for it to be successful. It'll definitely touch on that. Our real estate business in Nashville that we're building, which has been just awesome.
When you say our real estate business, who does that include?
So me, Chase, and so we're working on that together. And then I've got one of my best friends is the broker of the company. So we're hiring people, bringing people on board.
Sounds a little selling Sunset, selling Nashville, selling.
I know. I kind of say like very Cavallari vibes.
Okay, there we go.
You know, because it'll be very personal, like touching on all of our personal lives, but then also the business aspect of it. And then Mom and Dad, we don't know what could happen. They could be home after the first of the year, for all we know, if the appeal goes in our favor. So we don't know what could happen. And so I'm hoping and praying. It includes all of us, including Mom and Dad.
To be continued.
Yes.